Hello up there! Hey guys, Logan here with another video. Today, I got some big to show you. This is the brand new for 2023 Hellspawn by Tekky Design, and this guy's being sold exclusively at Spirit Halloween. This is their second scissor mech prop, and is one of the two new ones that they introduced this year. The other one being Emmeline, or however you guys choose to pronounce her. So this is a direct reskin of Mr. Dark. They came out a couple of years ago. I think it was 2021. I think was his debut year. And then 2022 he returned. And that's when we all thought there was going to be a reskin. Nope. And then now we have one. I actually like this one more than Mr. Dark. And now I have seen Mr. Dark in person, and I do think Mr. Dark is really cool, so not knocking on him. But I prefer this one over Dark for a few reasons. One, it's a classic red devil. I love my devils. I love them so much. I love demons. I love demonology. I love the concept of, hell. I'm no religious man, but that concept has always, been interesting to me. I've always liked the fear that demons evoke into people, So, of course, I've always loved demons, And to see Tekky pull one off and so beautifully satisfying. So this guy has a nice, beautiful red robe. I love it. I like they went with red, not black. And then this is this kind of almost purplish. It's kind of purpley in person. Creepy cloth accenting. And then they actually gave him a robe. Or not a robe, a hood. I mean, he's obviously wearing a robe. They gave him a hood. I don't think Mr. Dark ever had a hood, which was weird, since he references Reapers, and they never gave him a robe, like an actual robe, is what I'm trying to say. But they gave him one, which is really cool. Additionally, he's got these two really dope horns, and so they did kind of the black ombre, and then they repeated that on the hands for some, consistency. Love consistency. And then his face is very reminiscent of Harvester of Souls, which actually has one of my favorite Tekky sculpts. I don't have one, but I always loved the design of it. It's very similar. The jaws is shorter, but the actual face shape looks almost identical. It really does. And kind of going off of Harvester, he actually has a light-up LED mouth. It's an orange LED that shines down, so it illuminates his mouth, which is really smart because it is a nice point of interest because of how big and gaping it is. And then he has his light-up eyes as well. Now, I do like that they gave him some nice amber eye covering as well, and I like that he lights up yellow instead of red. So, good on Tekky for that one. One thing that really confuses me is the fact that he talks about graveyards. But he's a demon, right? So he says, get out of my graveyard. I mean, everyone's heard it, right? I feel like that was one where everyone kind of just sat back and was like, that doesn't make sense. I'm kind of with everyone on that one. I mean, I kind of wish Tekky did, the creepy, like he spoke Latin or something. When he jumped up or something. I don't know. Something more demonic. Talk about taking your soul, because Tekky's not afraid to do that. But, I mean, it's okay for what it is. It's a quick jump scare prop. I don't think you're really going to be worried about what it's saying, more so than having a giant, what is this guy, 8, 9 feet? I think it's 8.5 feet. 8.5 foot demon lunging up at you, which it's just me being nitpicky, but in a display, obviously you're not really going to care. You're going to be more terrified and worried about not, dying. So, the overall build. This was my first time ever building one of these scissor mech guys. It was surprisingly very easy. It was super easy, in fact. I was expecting it to be very difficult, but no, it was very easy. It was not intimidating at all. It looked scary. Everything looks a little scary at first because it's more advanced. But I will tell you now that it was super simple. It has surprisingly relatively few steps. A lot less than I expected him to have. But don't let that fool you because he is still very much secure. He is still very much well made, in my humble opinion. So I'm happy with the quality of this guy. I think they did a really good job. Again, the only thing I would have changed is just the phrasing. One thing you need to know about him, I think it's Emmeline in the Dark as well, is you have to have weights for him. For mine, I have a wire spool hidden underneath his cloak because I don't have sand for his sandbags. That's why there's a really weird shape. I brought the heaviest spool I have here. That's maybe 15 pounds of wire down there. But that's kind of the only thing, which I'm not really going to complain because what that tells me is, hey, this thing jumps up so fast, you need to weigh it down. Hey, I'm cool with that. If this thing's going to jump up and scare the shit out of some kids, I'm game. I'll take whatever sacrifices I can get. And they do include free sandbags. They need to be filled to 9 pounds each. Just get sand for them. You can get sand anywhere. But that's something to note, really important. Especially if you're newer to these more advanced jump scare props. Because typically with the simpler ones, they usually include sandbags on them. This guy, new. So keep that in mind when you're assembling him. Other things you need to keep in mind is there are pinch points on this guy, so you need to be careful with that. But it has a lot of signs. That's the nice thing about it. So this guy is kind of a hazard if you're being stupid. Basically, what Tekky's got a lot of signs on him. What they're trying to say is, hey, don't be an idiot, be careful. Which, it should be self-explanatory. Don't be an idiot, be careful. I would say, in my entire collection, right, this is the most impressive jump scare prop that I currently own. And I am happy to see Tekky expand on their jump scare props. They're going bigger, they're going bolder. This year, the bigger jump scare characters, this guy, Darling Dolly, Emmeline, Pop-Up Pumpkin Patch, the Drop-Down Scarecrow, all of those are all Tekky. Tekky is getting bigger and bolder and better with their jump scare animatronics, and I am here for it. And it really brings the question, what are they going to do next year? What are they going to do the year after? Every year they somehow top themselves. This is better than Mr. Dark, and I believe he actually jumps faster than Mr. Dark as well. Though obviously I don't have a Mr. Dark here to compare him with. I never got Mr. Dark, but I do fully intend on getting him now. Getting to fully mess with and tinker with this guy, I really want a Mr. Dark. I thoroughly enjoy this one. I think this is a really well done animatronic. And I do fully intend on getting Emmeline as well. I really want her so bad. My store did not have any. But the closest one was out in Indianapolis. It's far from me. They had 6. I want an Emmeline, but not that bad. But yeah, enough of my rambling. Let's get on to the demo. One flaw with this guy, Dark is just as bad. Emmeline too. Oh, Desmodus is another big one. He suffers the same thing as they take forever to reset. So we get to see him take forever to go back down. While we're waiting on him, I do want to mention his price point. He is priced at $330, which I know people are kind of mad about that. Hey, listen, for a retail grade prop, that's really not bad, right? It's very well done. He looks very nice. Now that he's down a little lower, you can get a good view of that face. Look at that beautiful mug. I'm okay with the $330. Now, I use a 20% off coupon on mine, so I got mine for a lot cheaper. Mine was like $228. No, not $228, $298. But yeah, something to note. Also, he does have a motion sensor at the end of his mouth, and he's also sound activated. So keep that in mind. And when he is activating, stand clear. You will get hit. Oh, that didn't work. His audio has a lot of bass to it too, which I really like. So yeah, that is Hellspawn. Another one of my complaints with him and Mr. Dark suffers the same issue is they jump up so... Hold on. There we go. Okay, they jump up so violently that sometimes the creepy cloth tends to get tangled on their hands. I wish they would have picked a heavier fabric that maybe doesn't flow as much. But, I mean, eventually it'll fix itself after, a while. I will say, after seeing Hellspawn in person, it has inspired something in me to take in Mr. Dark and make him into another red demon to go with Hellspawn. I'm more of kind of a skeletal character. Because, to me, Mr. Dark also looks very demonic in nature as well. And y'all know I can fucking paint. So, I would love to do that. I just gotta find a red robe. If anyone has a really busted up Hellspawn and you want to part it out, keep me in mind. I will pay you for the robe. I'll pay you, for everything, shipping and everything. Because I have such a crazy idea for a Mr. Dark. And the reason why I want to get a robe and not, make my own, I'll actually show you. So these have special specifications, obviously, for, covering the base and everything. And you have parts like this right here. This actually has a piece of fabric that it caps into. I don't really know what it's for, but it's for something important, obviously. I think it's so it doesn't get tangled up into the mechanism. But, and because I like how this is as it is. And I do believe that this fabric is waterproof. I think it's inflatable fabric. But, I don't know, I could be totally off. Again, I really want to see what Tekky's going to do next year. I really do. Listen, Tekky's design team does some crazy shit, right? I had the absolute pleasure of sitting down with one of Tekky's senior designers, and that dude has some insane... That dude's got a crazy mind, which is why I think he's the coolest guy in the world. I look up to him, I really do. And not only that, but Jamie, as well, has a crazy mind. Everyone at Tekky's freaking crazy, which is why I love him so much. I want to see more of this style prop, and even Emmeline as well, because these jump scares are super cool. I want to see what else they can do. I really do. I want to see what other original crazy cookie designs that they got just brewing. Because this year is definitely the year of Tekky. And I love what they've been doing, and I want to see more. I want to see so much more for them. Anyway, that is all for me, guys. I do recommend this guy, by the way. Highly recommend him. And Emmeline as well. If you can find an Emmeline, get her too. I don't have one yet, but I do recommend her. I've heard so many great things. So many of my friends have her. I think we're going to have to bite the bullet and order her online. I got this guy in stores, but I don't like ordering them online, especially when they're this pricey. But I'd get her too. Anyway, guys, that is all for me. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And while you're at it, leave a comment down below. If Tekky were to do more of these unfolding module props, what would you want them to be? Get as detailed as you want. But definitely leave your ideas down below. I love hearing people's concepts. Anyway, that is all for me, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.